The second aspect of our products we'd like to talk about is a fairly new product for us, which we launched 3 months ago. It's called the Atom. This is a calf/arm sleeve. So yes, you can wear it either on your calf or the arm. The pump, which is battery powered, is built into the calf. So highly portable, you can walk around with it. Kalani, you recently had experience. I think you were the first person in New Zealand to use it. Can you give us an idea of your experiences, please?
So as I was traveling over to the USA for a training camp over there as my build-up for the Olympics, myself, when I travel overseas, especially on these long flights, I get chronic inflammation along long travel. So I get a lot of swelling around my legs. And then by the time I get off the plane, my the difference between my legs and what they usually are is a massive difference. So what I did this time was I was able to use these atoms, and the reducement of that inflammation was tremendous. It went from a scale of when I was a scale of 5 out of 5, the 5 being where it was bad, to when I wasn't using it. Now it's only at a 1, 2, barely inflammation, and it feels like as normal when I'm getting off the plane as well.
Yeah, cool. Thanks for that. Yeah, a lot of people do suffer in long haul flights because the cabin pressure drops, the oxygen levels drop, and a lot of people react quite badly to that. So, Kalani, day to day, how are you using the Atom in your training and recovery?
So when I use the Atoms, so I've used the Atoms, I would say once every day. I use them at night. Depending on what areas, I usually cycle on for about a 30-minute period between the both. So I do 30 minutes on each calf and then 30 minutes on each arm, and that's how I kind of cycle through both of them every night when I get home, because apart from the whole day, I'm just going and going and going and going. Time that I get to relax at night time is the time where I use these Atoms.
Yeah, cool. So if you've had a chance to look at the earlier video, you'll notice we talked about the role of the circulatory boost on the central nervous system, calming it down. So great preparation for sleep, actually, is to do this recovery session. So just a quick snapshot of the Atom. Why did we do the Atom? Well, we've been asked about it for a long time, and we're very fortunate to have guidance from the leading vascular surgeon in Singapore, and gave us some advice and guidance on how to create the algorithm for the squeeze. Now, this is both the timing of the squeeze and the duration of the squeeze and the duration of the hold. So these movement patterns are very important in maximizing the blood flow. If it's too short, it doesn't work. If it's too long, it doesn't work properly either. So both that squeeze and release phase are very important. Now, we have 3 ways of doing it. The first we call gentle, which is kind of like a gentle massage for people, say, for example, that have been on their feet all day. It squeezes one zone at a time. The second is called flush. It's probably the most used for athletic recovery, where it squeezes the bottom zone. The cuff has 2 zones, and then adds the second zone. So it's holding the bottom zone while it squeezes. Then there's a hold period while it's on full pressure, and then the release phase. The third's for warm-up. That turns both on at the same time. So that's that 10 minutes, that 10-minute mode. And it could be, well, for example, Kalani, while you're traveling to training, it could be that time, provided you're not driving. Probably don't recommend it for driving. But, and we have 4 pressures that we can use. So the pressure's more or less the same as our full-length cuff. And what we're doing, as you can see by the image of the soleus, we're mimicking and turbocharging what the soleus does. So you don't need to be moving for it to work. So we've got one of our athletes here, April Rice, who's a age group winning Kona triathlete. She loves them. She travels a lot to races. So it's not only her travel companion, it's also used daily and complemented by the set of pants that April has. All right, so that's the Atom. The Atom's available at Float Sanctuary now, I believe, Phil.
Yep, we have stock available pretty much all the time. So And as you're right, Kalani was the first to actually try them and used them for pretty much a full 3 weeks when I was at the training camp in the US.
Perfect.